We've worked hard all summer as time has allowed for us to do it, and we've spoken to the fact that there is no off-season. Whitetail hunting is more than just whitetail hunting. You know, to be honest with you, the moment at which you harvest that animal is only, I mean, down to the 10,000ths of a fraction of the time that we spend as whitetail hunters invested doing a lot of other things around the lifestyle, the sport, the land management practice, and there's a lot that goes into it. So we start to turn and we look at everything we've done. Now we've got to go and we need to check, those tree stands that we put up and that we've cut lanes to and make sure that we haven't had anything else come along. We got to check and make sure that everything's good there. We need to go check that blind that we moved this year and make sure that we're happy with it, that everything looks good, that it's still level, nothing settled underneath of it. We need to go and look at those fences again. We need to check the food source. We really need to understand, whether or not that cultivated food source produced like we hoped for it to produce. Man, timber stand improvement. Let's see how much growth we got when we went in and opened up that canopy and started to see some of that understory come up. So there's a lot of work still, but we're coming right down to the end of it now, and we're pretty excited. I'm excited as a dad. I'm excited as a father, having gotten that done and doing it with them and having the opportunity to have them enjoy it a little bit with me. To be a part of and to work with the Oregon Tool family of brands and products, a company that's going into their 75th anniversary, and man, I feel pretty special. Pretty thankful for the opportunity. So today, this is kind of a fun day. I mean, we've got some work probably, but this is kind of more a seek and find treasure hunt, I guess you could call it, with the boys. We're just gonna go back and talk about all the things we've done. We're just gonna hop on the side-by-side and we're gonna go out and be a family and check out the farm, check out what we've done. You get to a point where you start to conceptualize what it is that we're doing here. I've been pretty fortunate that I've had great people around me that have reinforced family values and have reinforced the importance of not looking at what we're so easily able to get caught up in regards to what the world offers you out there that you could be doing instead of spending time with your wife and your children. And I'll tell you, it's easy. You get caught up. We're doing our best to try to work hard and a lot of time out of good intention for the benefit of our family, but in some cases, you miss the opportunity to invest right here at home. So the one thing that I've taken from my grandfather and my dad and uncles is the memories that we've had out in the timber. There is so much that goes into what you leave here with your children. And I want to have a day where my boys can walk outside and I'm not around and say, I remember looking at that tree with my dad 30 years ago. And I remember killing this deer under there. And it's not about the deer, it's about the process that went into it. And them remembering me and my grandfather and our legacy. My hope is that there's a day where these boys look back and say, man, I can remember going out into the timber with my dad. You're not gonna get that practice back. You're not gonna get that time in the woods back. You're not gonna get that family dinner back. You think about the legacy that you have the opportunity to leave in the form of the ways you interact with your children and the things that you teach them. And you start to see these parallels. You think about the impact that you can have as a father and as a parent, and maybe even just as a community member. You realize what kind of influence you can have, not just here, but everywhere else, and down the lines of your family and your community. And man, it's a pretty darn special thing. And I think that a lot of people probably overlook the opportunity that they have through things like land management to be able to go out and create that tree, that canopy, and extend far beyond what happens just right here in their household.